Hey there, it's good to see you. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your Social Security check and thought, is this really enough? Or maybe you've been wondering if those small increases we hear about each year are actually making a difference. Oh, something big is happening. And it's not just another headline, it's history in the making. For the first time ever, the average monthly Social Security payment for retired workers is set to break the $2,000 mark. That's never happened before. And honestly, it's about time. Now, if you're thinking, wait, does that mean more money in my pocket? You're not alone. But like always, there's more to the story than just a number. This change reflects a much bigger picture: how Social Security is adapting, where it's falling short, what it really means for everyday people like you and me who are just trying to keep up with rising costs. Stick around, because understanding this shift can help you plan better, stay informed, and know what to expect from your benefits down the line. And while you're here, I'd love to hear from you. Has your Social Security benefit felt like it's keeping up with your expenses? Let me know in the comments below. And if you find this helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future updates. So, what's actually happening? Starting in June 2025, the average monthly check for retired workers is expected to officially cross the $2,000 threshold. One of the main reasons benefits are going up is due to something called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. You've probably heard of it. It's supposed to help Social Security payments keep up with inflation. For 2025, the COLA is 2.5%. That's about a $49 boost on average from last year's check. But this adjustment isn't just randomly chosen it as based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPI-W. And yes, I know that's a mouthful. The problem is, the CPI-W doesn't really reflect how seniors spend money. It's based more on the habits of younger working Americans. So things like gas and electronics might carry more weight, while essentials for seniors like prescription drugs, housing, or healthcare don't get the attention they deserve. That creates a purchasing power gap. In simple terms, even though your check might be going up, its ability to buy what you actually need could still be going down. A report from the Senior Citizens League pointed this out clearly. Between 2000 and 2023, the purchasing power of Social Security dropped by 36%. And between 2010 and mid-2024, it fell another 20%. That's a big hit. So even when we celebrate a milestone like a $2,000 average check, we have to remember that the real value, the amount of groceries or medication that money can buy, not be keeping pace. There's another reason behind this increase too. More and more people are retiring, and the newer retirees often had higher lifetime earnings than previous generations. That pushes the average up. Plus, nominal wages, what people earn before adjusting for inflation, have been rising over the years, and that also factors into benefit calculations. But again, the question remains, is it enough? For many retirees, it's complicated. Rent, groceries, and medical costs are all going up faster than Social Security payments. Around 80 to 90% of retirees rely on Social Security for at least some of their income. For many, it's the main source. So what can be done? Some experts are urging the government to switch from using the CPI-W to a different formula called the CPI-E, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. It's not perfect, but it better reflects senior spending habits by giving more weight to healthcare and housing. Adopting this measure could make future COLA increases more meaningful for retirees. And then there's the elephant in the room: Social Security's future. The trust funds that support these benefits are expected to be depleted by the mid-2030s. Now, that doesn't mean benefits will disappear, but if no changes are made, the Social Security Administration might only be able to pay about 77% of what's been promised. That's not just a theory, that's the reality we're facing. President Donald Trump and other leaders have voiced support for protecting Social Security. But so far, real policy changes have been minimal. There have been talks about reform, adjusting benefit formulas, changing inflation measures, or even raising the retirement age. But those are politically charged and tough conversations. One debate that keeps coming up is whether Social Security should become a means-tested program, where benefits are based on income or assets. Some argue this would ensure that those who need help the most are prioritized. Others worry that it could undermine the very foundation of Social Security, which is based on earning benefits through your work, not receiving them as a handout. So, what does all this mean for you? If you're already receiving Social Security, this increase might bring a little relief. Maybe it helps with a higher utility bill or makes filling a prescription a bit less painful. And if you're nearing retirement, it's a good reminder to look closely at how your benefit will be calculated and whether you might need to supplement it with savings or other income sources. For younger viewers, this is a wake-up call. Social Security will likely still be around when you retire, but it could look different. And finally, let's not forget the importance of staying informed. Headlines can sound exciting, but they often miss the details. A $2,000 average check might seem like great news. But when you factor in inflation and rising costs, it might not feel that way in your day-to-day life. If you're feeling like things just aren't adding up, you're not alone. Many retirees are feeling the same squeeze. That's why sharing your experience in the comments can be so powerful. It helps others feel less isolated and can spark new ideas or connections. Thanks for hanging out with me today and walking through this important update. If you found this helpful or learned something new, give it a like and consider subscribing for more. Until next time, take care of yourself and your future.